Welcome, everybody. I hope you're doing well out there, and thanks for stopping by and clicking and watching this video. And so here is my lovely wife, Mrs. Proghat.
Hey,
Now,
happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, folks. Now, you like Yes, right? I mean,
Yes.
and
yes, I like Yes.
So you before you even met me, right? You already had heard a lot of their songs.
Yes.
So see. There is the proof right then and there. I'm not one that says, okay, I'm got my hand behind her and say this. But she already had heard all the Yes classics, my wife here. And
well, I was raised by hippies, so I mean, I knew all the good music.
Yep, that's true. And we didn't even know then that we were listening to prog music. You know, when I first got into Yes, it was roundabout. I didn't know about genres or cared about genres. When I heard the music of Yes, it lured me in and I became a fan. They are my favorite progressive rock band of all time. Well, shortly here, sometime in February 2026, they are doing a super deluxe edition of their 1973 album, Tales from the Topographic Ocean. Here's my copy of it on vinyl. I love this record. I feel like it's one of their masterpiece albums, and it belongs in a Hall of Fame of great prog rock albums. One of the albums by them that, other than this and Tormato, and I can't think of some others, where it's been so debatable about. You know, there's fans that love it, there's fans that hate it. But hey, what are you going to do? I'm not going to be in the middle. I'm going to say that it's one of my favorite records. I used to listen to it quite a bit, though when I first heard it, I didn't get it. I didn't understand it at first. Because I was like, here you have an album with just 4 songs on each side. And, you know, like, wow. I never heard of a band doing something like that. I was used to like Relayer, where you got one long song and then you flip it over and you might have like 2 to 3 or 4 songs in it, and I was fine with that. But just to have an album with 4 long prog rock gems of the music with so many complex changes, and that's what I love about Yes music. It's like it fits the many moods that I go through, you know, as I go through this life. This album is also spiritual, because I believe at the time John Anderson was reading somebody or some book by a yogi. And so a lot of the lyrics, you could tell, talk about God and spiritual and, you know, any those types of religions, whatever they are. But yeah, I don't mind that. I love the harmony sometimes. Though it does sound like an album where there's a lot of stuff in there, you know, like, there's so many things in there. Why not throw in the kitchen sink? But, and this is where I'm going to go and talk a little bit about the Super Deluxe Edition. But before I do, I wanted to also show off my 2 CD set of it. This is one I got back in the early 2000s. And it comes with 3 bonus tracks, which I'm thinking that'll probably be on this Super Deluxe Edition. Now, going into that, sometime in February 2026, we are getting this Super Deluxe Edition, 12 CDs, 2 LPs, and a Blu-ray. And I'm looking forward to the CDs now, where we're going to get more greater depth of this project. I mean, this is Yes. They go in there, you know, wish you could be a fly on the wall, and they're laying down these tracks. I mean, it has to be one of the most interesting developments of this album. And just to hear, you know, like, hey, we'll go with that, no, cut that out, you know, that to me, I really like that. And I'm glad that they're putting all this bonus material along with some more live material. And so far on these Yes box sets, and I don't have the Close to the Edge or Fragile yet. I'm hoping to get those one day. But I like the way they're doing these. I really do. It's like more the material. And I saw for this album on the Rhino website, just a little glimpse of the booklet, and I like the photos that I see about that. Now, I don't mean this in a mean way, but I really don't care about the Blu-ray being Dolby. I mean, how many times will I probably listen to it personally? Maybe once or twice, or whenever I go, hey, it's my birthday, let me go and bust out my Dolby Atmos, or whatever you want to call it, of Tales, which, I do stuff like that. But, and I'm also excited to hear new things in these remixes that, like, wow, why didn't they go with that guitar part, or why didn't they go with that change in of the progression of the music? I like that kind of stuff. It's really cool. And like I said, I already mentioned, to hear more of the development of this project. I don't know how long they were in the studio doing this, or what was but I guess we are going to hear some, what was the groundwork, what started this to get going, and the idea behind it. And it really would make a neat documentary if they ever thought about doing that on this album. So what else do I want to mention here? It is remixed by Steven Wilson, who I feel like a lot of these bands trust him with the tapes, or whatever you want to call it, the demos, everything. Everything that I've heard that he's done, because I have quite a few in the collection of the Jeff Tull. I've really enjoyed them. And I'm glad that they are getting reissued this way, because, things can only last for so long before they start deteriorating. So it's good that they're reissue a lot of this, and trust him to do the magic touch to them. And I'm sure the band all has to sign off on that and say, job well done, go forth, And so, yeah, 12 CDs, that is a lot. But, I don't know if I'll get it, and then again, I probably will get it. I don't know, like I haven't got the first two that were done, the Fragile and Close to the Edge, which are just solid rock albums too, and a class of their own. But for some reason, I'm really looking forward to this one out of those first two, because this album was one of my go-to albums as a youngster, like, late at night, what I want to listen to. And Tales would be one of them, along with probably some other Yes album right after that. But there was something you could hear in it that's so, like I said, magical in the music. Now, I did hear things like when they began the tour for this album. I don't know how true this is. This has been a long time. I don't really have any Yes books to really read or dig down into it, but I think I do have one. No, I don't. I don't even have a book about where it's talks about the lyrics for each one of the songs. I only have two, and that's a Jethro Tull one and the Who, of course, favorite rock band. But so going back to what I was going to say is that, when they began this tour, what I heard was they just wanted to go out there on the road and do these 4 songs from this album. But, fans, they're probably like, hey, wait a minute. Where's the encore? Where's Roundabout? Where's Close to the Edge? Where's, all the Yes gems? So I think when Yes shows came out, you could see that maybe, unless I'm getting the dates and all when everything's released, which one that album Yes shows has a really good long live version of Ritual on there. It sounds amazing, and just to be part of that show. But it also has Going for the One, Wondrous Stories, Parallels, and I believe Roundabout. I haven't listened to Yes shows in a while. But anyway, so you could tell that they had to change it up and say, hey guys, maybe 1 or 2 songs a night from the Tales, but we got to do the Yes staples, because, Yes fans, that's what we want to go hear. Yes, we love the Tales, but we want to hear the other staples in their catalog. But so yeah, I am looking forward to this release. I think it's going to be another good, and I'm really appreciative that the Rhino keeps doing these deluxe editions of not just Yes, but just a lot of other groups out there. So, you know, life is short, and if a lot of this material was just sitting there, nothing being done, by the time they would start to do it, then we'd hear like oh, sorry folks, you know, the tapes are all destroyed. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Leave me a comment in this video. Is this one of your favorite records? Are you one on the fence? But, you know, just be kind about it. But anyway, I look forward to hearing from everybody. And please subscribe, hit like to the channel. Appreciate it. See you on the next video.